Justin, not just healthy like I prayed, but like I said, he's really talented. He is now the #1 most subscribed to musician in Canada on YouTube and number 20th in the world.
It was hard for me being that young and being in the industry and not knowing where to turn and everyone telling me they love me and just turn their back on you in a second.
Justin Bieber was once hailed as pop music royalty, enchanting the world with a net worth surpassing $500 million and an army of loyal fans. But today, he's plunging into chaos. His hollow eyes, pale complexion, and gaunt frames speak volumes. He's been uploading bizarre videos with warped face filters and a squeaky voice, rambling about divine revelations and vague sacrifices. His massive fortune, earned through a legendary career, appears to be vanishing. And the saddest part? The same industry that made him is now profiting off his breakdown. But if you look closer, Justin's descent wasn't random. It's been orchestrated over more than a decade, beginning when he was just 13, discovered on YouTube. By July 2025, as Bieber surprised fans with his comeback album swag after a 4-year gap, the same system that created him was now driving his collapse. In this business, pain becomes the fuel that keeps the spotlight glowing. To really understand Justin's current downfall, we must rewind to the moment a little-known boy in Ontario took his first steps towards stardom. Unaware he'd become one of the most ruthlessly used pawns in modern entertainment. And those who claimed to protect him, they became the very people who preyed on him. Travel back to 2008 in Stratford, a quaint Canadian town rich with over 2 centuries of theatrical tradition and the looming presence of Shakespeare. There, 13-year-old Justin Drew Bieber sang "So Sick" on the steps of the Avon Theater. His single mom recorded it and posted on YouTube just so his grandma, living far away, could watch him perform. But within weeks, the video drew the attention of music manager Scooter Braun, who was scouting for the next untapped gem. Braun flew Justin and his mother to Atlanta, promising a future full of brilliance. It was there that Justin met Usher, and his road to global superstardom officially began. Record contracts were signed, his image was molded, and the dream of a Canadian teen conquering American charts was born. Those early days felt like pure magic. Baby became a worldwide smash hit. Tickets to his concerts sold out instantly, and Justin was dubbed the Prince of Pop for a whole new era. But behind the glitter and cameras was a 14-year-old kid who'd already lost agency over his own life. His awkward teenage years were paraded globally for profit, as if he were trapped in his own version of The Truman Show, where every detail of his life was crafted for voyeuristic entertainment. Every crack in his voice or flicker of emotion was analyzed under a media microscope. When you're Justin Bieber, there's no room for private growth. You come of age beneath flashing bulbs, studio lights, and applause from strangers. And the adults? They knew it. Remember James Corden, the seemingly affable talk show host, who on live television engaged in inappropriate physical bits with Justin, disguised as playful banter? Even worse, Jenny McCarthy tried to kiss the teen star's neck at an award ceremony while he stood on stage, clutching his trophy, clearly uncomfortable and helpless. Then there was Ellen DeGeneres, America's favorite host, who constantly made Justin the punchline, using clever manipulation masked by laughter and clapping crowds.
Why are you putting me on the spot like this? Gosh.
I have friends, I've never seen them naked like that.
Stop, you're making me blush, dude.
And we can't ignore the mention of Diddy, who's been dominating the headlines lately. Justin wasn't left untouched by his influence. The rumors, they're widespread enough that no search engine is needed. Old footage shows Diddy offering 15-year-old Justin cars and mansions, followed by him saying,
And he knows better than to be talking about the things that he does with Big Brother Puff on national television.
that Diddy wants a guardianship over Justin for 48 hours, especially given today's allegations, sends chills down the spine. And all of this happened before Justin was even fully into his teenage years. Paparazzi would surround him, screaming fans overwhelmed him, and every real teenage feeling he had was recorded and spread, just for other people's amusement. When he felt insecure or awkward, like any kid would, it was broadcast to the world. What shocks people most about Justin and fellow fallen child stars like Aaron Carter, Britney Spears, and Macaulay Culkin isn't just their deterioration, but the quiet betrayal by the very people meant to protect them. Those who were supposed to shield them became the ones tightening the noose. For years, Scooter Braun was portrayed as the caring older brother figure, steering Justin through the storms of fame. The media painted a touching picture of a visionary manager guiding a talented young star past the dangers of celebrity. They were inseparable, Braun involved in everything from Justin's career to personal life. But this wasn't protection. It was control, cleverly disguised. Braun slowly made Justin dependent, cutting off his ability to make independent decisions and binding him to a massive money-making machine. He managed Justin's schedule, finances, relationships, and career direction. In that world, Braun appeared to be Justin's anchor. In reality, he was the puppet master of his entire existence. By 2020, Justin was at his peak, with worldwide fame and a fortune estimated in the hundreds of millions. On paper, he should have been cruising toward a stable, successful future. It looked like smooth sailing, right? That's the fantasy most people imagine when they think of Bieber's dream life. But behind the curtain, the truth was far darker. Despite raking in nearly $1 billion, Justin found himself in financial distress, trapped in a system built to consume its artists. You could literally watch the sparkle fade from that young boy's eyes, replaced with the empty stare of someone utterly drained. Record labels typically give upfront advances, which sound like gifts but are really loans, repaid through royalties that often only cover 106% of income. Then there's cross-collateralization, where a failed album's debt bleeds into the next project. One misstep in 2015 could destroy the profits of a 2020 hit. While not legally bankrupt, Justin Bieber entered serious financial hardship. His estimated net worth may still be around $200 million, but most of it is tied up in assets that can't easily be liquidated. In 2022, several sources claimed he was nearly broke, so much so that he once borrowed a friend's credit card just to play a game of golf. Behind the facade of riches was a harsh truth. A former near-billionaire, now struggling to navigate his own empire. Desperate, he launched the Justice World Tour, spanning 131 dates, hoping it would bring financial stability. But in June 2022, Justin posted a shocking video. One side of his face was paralyzed. He had Ramsay Hunt syndrome, a rare neurological disorder that prevented him from blinking one eye or moving half of his mouth. He admitted his lifestyle was tearing his health apart.
As you can see, this eye is not blinking. I can't smile on this side of my face. This nostril will not move. So there's full paralysis in this side of my face.
Instead of giving him the rest he desperately needed, Justin's management allegedly pushed him to keep touring. After canceling the Justice Tour due to his health, he was obligated to pay back $26 million to AEG, the event promoter that had advanced him $40 million. That's when Scooter Braun's company stepped in, offering to cover the debt. But it wasn't charity. In return, Justin had to repay Braun's firm over the course of 10 years. It looked like support, but it merely shifted the debt from the promoter to his own manager, tightening the chains of financial dependence. In 2023, Justin's new business manager Lou Taylor discovered disturbing evidence. Braun had allegedly overcharged Justin by $26 million in commissions. Taylor herself had a controversial past, previously accused of manipulating Britney Spears and maintaining suspicious ties to Britney's father. What started as a financial dispute quickly spiraled into a full-blown power struggle. Braun launched an internal audit, claiming Justin still owed him $1 million. Justin's camp fired back, labeling it blatant corruption. To resolve the escalating feud, they brought in PwC, one of the world's top auditing firms. After 6 months of independent investigation, in April 2025, the results were in. Justin Bieber owed Scooter Braun $8.8 million in unpaid commissions. The findings were so damning that Justin's team didn't even challenge them. Just think, after more than a decade of blood, sweat, and success, from platinum records and sold-out stadiums to endless brand deals, Justin found himself deep in debt to the very man he once saw as a brother. Life has a cruel way of twisting dreams into nightmares. When the truth about Justin's financial troubles surfaced in 2024, the public finally began to understand the emotional damage he'd been hiding. The once vibrant pop star had become a drained and distant figure, living a surreal reality eerily similar to The Truman Show. The media stalked his every move, dissecting his personal struggles for public entertainment. On social media, Justin poured out his pain. People have told me my whole life, "Wow, Justin, you deserve all this." But I've always felt like I don't. Like I'm a fake. Like if they only knew what I'm really like, how judgmental or selfish I am. That's a textbook trauma reaction. The industry conditioned him to believe his achievements weren't earned, that even his doubts made him disloyal. His life no longer felt like his own, it belonged to them. In late 2022, desperate to escape the financial quicksand, Justin sold off his entire music catalog, 291 songs, to Hypnosis for $200 million. At just 28, he became the youngest major artist to trade away his entire body of work. A year later, he cut ties with Scooter Braun, the manager who'd been in control of his career for over 10 years. Rumors suggest his wife, Haley, encouraged the decision. Braun also lost major stars like Ariana Grande and Demi Lovato around the same time, reinforcing earlier accusations from Taylor Swift, who said he profited off the pain of others by acquiring their music. And as the saying goes, where there's smoke, there's fire. Whatever the cause, Braun has since stepped back from managing artists. While Justin battled financial chaos, even his once stable marriage to Haley became tabloid fodder. Their 2018 wedding, meant to be a fresh start, turned into a non-stop media drama. Every glance, every smile, every online move was torn apart to fuel theories of fake happiness or looming divorce. When they welcomed their son, Jack Blues, in August 2024, it seemed like a chance for peace. But even that moment got twisted. On Justin's first Father's Day, he posted about parenthood, without mentioning Haley. In response, she posted a cryptic Instagram story, "Father's Day sucked," then quickly deleted it. But nothing is ever truly deleted online. By June 2025, when Justin lashed out at paparazzi in Malibu, his anguish didn't earn sympathy. Instead, it became another meme. His pain was turned into a joke for public consumption.
Stop, I'm a real dad with a real family. Is it really in front of my face? No, we're gonna set boundaries here today with all of you today. You're not getting it. It's not clocking to you. It's not clocking to you that I'm standing on business, is it?
By early 2025, Justin Bieber's decline was undeniable. His appearance was sunken and distant. On Instagram, he posted warped videos with a strangely high-pitched voice, muttering about growing up in Alaska and disjointed spiritual ideas.
I was reeling in a half dozen on a good day. That's just a little thing called Alaska living. I mean, I caught a couple. I was over there, I was fishing on the dock. I was, I must have been in 17, 18, 19. I don't mean to get in between the stuff that you got going on with a couple of the...
His fidgeting, repetitive speech, and detached expressions left fans deeply concerned. Was this a mental collapse or the fallout from substance abuse? Though his team denied any such claims, his deteriorating state told another story. Justin had previously admitted to being addicted to alcohol and needing pills just to get through the day. At Coachella, he looked completely disoriented, stumbling and spaced out. Even in moments of clarity, the sadness was overwhelming. "I'm broken, and it's all my fault." His past loomed like a curse. From a street performer in Stratford to a global icon, he had now become a shell of that boy. In her 2012 memoir, his mother revealed her fears about signing big contracts for her young son, afraid it would place him in dangerous hands. It seems her fears were realized. Nearly 2 decades of financial entrapment and damaging relationships, including with figures like Diddy, took their toll. In July 2025, Justin Bieber turned a corner. He finally cleared more than $30 million in debt owed to Scooter Braun and released Swag, his first album in 4 years. Gone was the boyish voice behind Baby. In its place was a raw, anguished cry from a man battling deep psychological wounds. In one therapy session, he admitted, "I've had to go through so many struggles publicly. And when people keep asking if I'm okay, it really starts to weigh me down." His new music lays bare the inner chaos, struggles in marriage, mental health breakdowns, a loss of purpose. Coincidentally, right as Swag dropped, Hailey sold her cosmetics brand for $1 billion, a move that helped buy back Justin's financial freedom. Yet even after clearing the debt, Braun's camp went public, labeling Justin as reckless and ungrateful. Seeking peace, Justin turned to faith. But even that path was marred by exploitation. He was baptized at 2 a.m. in an NBA player's bathtub by celebrity pastor Carl Lentz, part of Hillsong Church, known for its A-list followers. It was a transaction in disguise. Justin boosted Hillsong's profile while they polished his image. But Hillsong was later accused of cult-like behavior, and Lentz was removed after a sex scandal. Justin then joined Chick Home, a Hillsong offshoot, only for it to face similar accusations of manipulation. Piece by piece, every corner of his life, his childhood, his money, his marriage, his faith, had been weaponized and exploited. Could it be that beneath the glitz lies a machine that operates like a criminal syndicate? The scariest part? Justin Bieber isn't alone. He's just the latest casualty in an industry that's run like this for decades. A system built to consume childhoods, exploit talent, and spit out broken souls. All in the name of the star-making illusion. The list of victims is endless. Michael Jackson was pushed into the spotlight as a child, leaving behind a legendary but troubled legacy. Britney Spears lived under strict control for over 10 years. Macaulay Culkin was manipulated by his own father, despite making millions before adulthood. Lindsay Lohan, Amanda Bynes, and Demi Lovato, they all followed the same blueprint. Discovered young, made dependent, broken, then recycled or cast aside. And this system has gone global. In South Korea, trainees as young as 10 are separated from families and trained like military recruits to become flawless idols. When K-pop stars like Jonghyun and Sully took their own lives, the world mourned, but the industry marched on. In China, child stars are punished for not meeting expectations. In the UK, reality shows like Love Island broadcast emotional trauma for ratings, ignoring the mental toll. The unifying thread? Pain is profitable. The deeper the collapse, the higher the reward. Social media only accelerates this abuse. Now, celebrities live stream their breakdowns, not because they want to, but because it's the only way to remain visible. And the public? We're not innocent. Every view, meme, and comment helps keep the machine running. When Justin's emotional plea to protect his son becomes internet mockery, it proves that nothing, not even fatherhood, is safe. While we laugh, scroll, and forget, somewhere another child is being picked. The cycle starts again. Justin doesn't need another glittering comeback. He needs to escape this nightmare. But the machine doesn't release its stars quietly. It will drive him to total collapse, then parade his broken pieces across the stage for one last tragic performance dressed as entertainment. And if he refuses, they'll simply replace him with the next kid, like nothing ever happened. This industry doesn't create art. It manufactures trauma, turns it into profit, and sells it as entertainment to an audience that's been fooled into finding amusement in pain. The machine marches on, hungry for the next Justin Bieber. But the most haunting question remains. Who keeps feeding it these gifted children? And when will the world stop clapping for these tragedies?